Hello everyone and welcome to Evolution of Overlord Games. Overlord is a 2007 action role-playing video game developed by Triumph Studios and published by Codemasters. Overlord is set in a fantasy world where the player takes the role of a resurrected warrior known as the Overlord who has control over hordes of gremlin-like creatures known as minions. The player must defeat 7 corrupt ruling heroes in order to reconquer the lands and establish his lordship over its inhabitants. Raising Hell is an expansion to 2007 Overlord. Raising Hell also features new weapons and armor to be created in the Forge of the Overlord's Tower. To forge the new items, first the player has to locate the mold for each item and bring it back to the Tower Forge for it to be imbued with minion life force. The new items have more noticeable effects, however. Overlord II was released in 2009. The choice system returns once more in Overlord II, where at certain points during quests that can be taken providing to paths. The Destruction Overlord that focuses on destroying towns and killing all in his path, and the Domination Overlord that rather focuses on enslaving defeated foes or neutral parties to worship and work for him. Besides the single-player campaign, players can play various multiplayer modes online and local. Overlord Dark Legend is a 2009 action role-playing game developed by Climax Action for Wii. For example, unlike the other Overlord games, the life force collected from defeated enemies and used to create minions is no longer color-dependent. Dark Legend also incorporates additional gesture controls for special abilities, such as one that lets the player grab a minion from the horde using the tilt and motion sensors in the Wii Remote. Overlord Minions is a 2009 puzzle action video game developed by Climax Action for Nintendo DS. The minions can be controlled directly by the player, unlike the original game where the player controlled them by controlling an eponymous Overlord character. Controlling the Special Forces team of 4, players negotiate fiendish levels and take on a huge range of warped enemies to hunt down the kindred. Overlord Fellowship of Evil is a 2015 fantasy action role-playing game developed and published by Codemasters. The perspective of the game is shifted from third person to an isometric top-down perspective. Players can choose to play as one of the 4 Nethergals, including Inferna, a warrior who can attack enemies with swords, Malady, a sorcerer, and a necromancer, a rogue called Hakan, and Dark Elf Prince Kryos, who can create area of effect attacks.